going on, guys? My name is TC Anderson. I'm playing a hardcore band called White Tides from Rochester, New York. And today on this episode of My Guitar with 1,000 Stories, I'm here to talk to you about this. So this is the Iron Bird that I had custom built for me by a very good family friend of mine. And how this guitar sort of came into my hands was I became really good friends with this kid in second grade, and we started hanging out. And when I was over at his house all the time, his dad would be building guitars in this shop. And over the years, I've seen him pump out countless of these absolutely gorgeous guitars. And when I started playing, I asked him, I was like, hey, can you build me a guitar? And he sort of looked at me, and because he knew I was in what kind of music I was into, and he knew what kind of guitar I wanted. So he looked at me and was like, yeah, no. And a little bit of convincing later, this came into my hands. But it was quite a bit of convincing. But he sent me a text and was like, all right, tell me what you want. And as far as the specs go, it is a 27-inch scale, got 24 frets, hip shot bridge, the 7-string. So we're in drop G tuning, so I'm using pretty big ass strings. I use Black Harbor strings. It's a custom set. They're 11 to 68s, and these are some pretty banging ass strings. So if you're in the market, definitely check some of these out. So the pickups are Seymour Duncan Mouse School Sentience. They're by far my favorite pickup that I've found. They're super tight and they're pretty hot, but they don't sacrifice any tonal clarity. So you can still be banging on this thing as hard as you want and you'll still hear things ring out clean as a whistle. One volume, single selector switch, no tone. I'm trying to keep this thing relatively bare bones, so why add it if you don't use it? We got hip shot locking tuners, and a funny thing that I told him when he was building this, I was like, a non-negotiable for this is you have to have McAllister, which is the dude's last name, in Old English on the headstock for the logo. And he did it, and it looks freaking awesome. But it's a neck-through construction, and it's a maple walnut neck with a Sapele body, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. What makes this guitar so unique is that it's 100% handmade. He barely used any machinery on the thing, practically nothing, just a power saw to cut out the body. He carved the neck by hand, and it plays like an absolute dream. It's super thin, super fast, and I absolutely love it. I can't thank him enough for building it. I'm probably going to get buried with this thing. So thank you, Mr. McAllister, for building me this guitar, and thank you, John from Noise Dosage Media, for having me on.